Yep, Valley Way's starting off pretty mellow. Past a couple intersections, so you got to be careful. You stay on the right trail. But like I said, mellow. But this is a presidential traverse, so this is going to change real quick. Nice little pool to swim in too if you were inclined. You come down here on a hot summer's day. Alright, looks like we're getting ready to break tree line. Here's our last warning. And with this, we are also entering the alpine zone. Let's have a little look behind us. All right, almost out of the woods, so to speak. And there's Mount Madison. And then the hut. Believe now that we've broken tree line, for the most part we will not be in the trees until after Washington. Continuing up the Osgood to Madison. There's just cairns marking the way. It's all just rocks to climb over. Every once in a while, gotta catch my breath and turn around and soak in the views, because pretty breathtaking. I must say, some of it looks pretty intimidating for tomorrow, but hey, that's why I came. It's gonna be probably easier than it looks from here, but it's not gonna be easy. Follow the cairns. Summit of Mount Madison, number 21. This is Washington and the Auto Road. Wildcats. Carter Notch. All the Carters. And Mariah. Yep, this is Mount Madison, Star Lake.
Like, I'm so used to
Good morning. Getting ready to leave Madison Hut. Just had breakfast. It's about 10 minutes of 8, and we're getting ready to start a day on to Lake of the Clouds. I don't know much of today is going to be outstanding views like this. We got 80-mile visibility today. Look at this. Unbelievable. Still scrambling up this scree. It's gorgeous. Here's the trail. View from the summit of Mount Adams. Number 22nd of 48 for me. And the second highest peak in the Northeast. Right there's a view of Mount Washington and the auto road. Over here is Wildcats, Carter Notch, the Carters, Imp, Mariah. The view back where we came is the Star Lake and the hut. Way down there, that little mountain there, is Quincy Adams. Looking north here to Randolph, Berlin, that area. Off here is Wambach and the Kilkenny Ridge. Back here is Mount Jefferson, Mount Clay. Back to Washington. View from Thunderstorm Junction. There's the Gulf side, that'll go back to the hut. Lowe's Path will take you to Gray Knob. It's a massive cairn. This side of Lowe's Path, take you at Mount Adams. But we are heading this way, I believe. Gulf side's to Edmonds Gull, 5 miles to Washington. Here we go. Back on the Gulf Side Trail, back on the AT. Come up on some fabulous views up ahead. Look at this. I know I've said it a lot in these videos, but so lucky today to have the weather. I think last year's weather really got me to appreciate these fair days. Continuing down Gulf side. It's rocky, but it's been a pretty pleasant trail. I mean, can it not be? And look at this. It's awesome. Thing is, you really do have to stop just taking the views, because if you're moving with all these rocks, you can get yourself in a little bit of trouble. This is one of the less rocky patches, so I chose to videotape on this, so you can pay attention to navigating and not filming. There's our summit in front of us, Mount Jefferson. It looks like we got an easy little stretch, a trail. Well, we got to climb up some more rocks, but it doesn't look like we have too much more to go. Summit of Mount Jefferson, number 23 of 48. Look at that, beautiful as Mount Washington Hotel. The rest of the presidential's back there. I can see Lake of the Clouds hut. That's where I'm going tonight. Trying to get there by 6 for dinner. There's Mount Monroe, there's Eisenhower. Of course, Washington's right there. And over over on the other side of that big monster Adams is where we started our day. Alright. Gotta keep moving. This right here, I believe, is what they call the Monticello Lawn, named after Thomas Jefferson's homestead. Pretty aptly named, I would say. That's where we came down from. And coming up here on Gulf Side. Okay, 2.8 to Washington, 3.6 to our resting place for the night. All right, let's get it done. This is the view from the junction with the Jewel Trail. It's a very popular trail people like to take. These people are going back down that way. It was my last bailout point if we had bad weather. But as you can see, beautiful. There's the Southern Presidentials over there. We're heading this way. And just a reminder that we're still in the Alpine Zone. I don't think we've left it since we've arrived close to the hut. And as the sign says, 1.4 miles to Washington. Been slow going. Legs are tired. Good thing I don't have too much further to go. Made it to the summit of Mount Washington. Number 24, halfway down with my 48. Tallest mountain in the Northeast. It's cloud down there. I can see some clouds blowing around. Just so I get the full Mount Washington experience. I already took my summit sign picture, obligatory. Trying to get a view of the hut and lakes of the clouds. Pretty cool. There's Monroe behind it. There's the lake. Pretty cool. Look how still it is. Pretty awesome. 1/10 of a mile to the hut. Alright, this is the famous dungeon, Lake of the Clouds. Not super hospitable, but actually it would probably be kind of cool to stay here. Definitely need a sleeping pad. And definitely looks like a dungeon. Big metal door. breathtaking, to say the least. Nice breeze today. Not too windy, but enough to keep us a little bit cooler. Walking along the ridge to get to Mount Monroe. In the clouds a bit today. It's okay. Wouldn't be White Mountains Day without a little bit of this. There's the top. Cool view from the top of Mount Monroe. This is number 25 of my 48. Tallest peak today. It is eerily beautiful. I'd love to see the weather moving across the mountains like this. I don't think I'd have it any other way. All right. See you at the next stop. View from the summit of Little Monroe. That's Eisenhower over there. Franklin there. Big George. See if we can get a good, better view of where we came from. Down Monroe and that trail there. Of course, Mount Washington Hotel. All right, reached the junction of Franklin, so we're gonna go up. Looks like we got some steps. This is unheard of from what I've done so far. Steps. Go. View from Mount Franklin. So glad I didn't miss this. All right. Meandering down to one of the calls. Before we get ready to go up that bad guy. Looking back the way we've come. Looks like we're trending towards clearing for now. I'm hoping it stays that way. My summit of Eisenhower, which we're doing some scrambling, some bouldering. We got a lot of practice in the northern, so we're doing well. Approaching the summit of Eisenhower. This will be number 26. 48, the last 4K on this trip I have not gotten yet. Clouds over this way to the south.
Crazy, he thought that Wash was.
Well, what I've heard is Colorado is taller than
Washington and the northerns in and out of the clouds. This is the section that I was hoping to do last August when I was up on Pierce looking over, but it was definitely a foggy, cloudy, misty day, and I didn't want to come over to Eisenhower, miss out on its views. So, well, I didn't get many views back this direction on top of Eisenhower. I got some nice ones looking back to the northern presidentials in Washington. So that was nice. And I'm definitely enjoying the character of the clouds. Mount Pierce. Been here last August, but wouldn't be a presidential traverse unless we got them all.
Because I can't finish this yet.
This is probably one of the last views I'll have of the presidentials on this trip. Until I get to the bottom, I'll be in the woods, Crawford Path, and heading home. See my family. I miss them, and I miss my dog Buster too. All right. See you on the trail. All right, so I'm making my way down Crawford Path. I have about 1,000 more feet of elevation loss to go. So, trucking. And we got to stop in at the Highland Center when we're done. Get a little bit of dirt and roots for a minute, which is kind of actually a welcome sight. Okay, come up to the trailhead, Route 302. A little bit about the history. Why don't you come with me and make it to the end? We'll have completed our presidential traverse. All mileage on those signs show them bypassing the peaks. And that's it, folks. Down these stairs and we're done. Made it back to the truck. We did it. Prezi Traverse done. What a time.